Hello, hello. So we are here today with Director of Operations, Shelly Criswell. Hi, Shelly. How are you?
Hey, Andrea, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to talk to you. So let us know who you are and what your business looks like today.
Yeah, so my name is Shelly Criswell. I'm a certified director of operations through the Ops Authority, and I do strategic mapping and offer director of operations support for small business owners, which is just project management, team management, business operations.
All that fun stuff. So we do some similar things. So I love this is like my love language. So it'll be a fun conversation today. So did your business start out in this DOO world, or what did your business look like when you first started?
Yeah, so I just started as a virtual assistant in 2018. I was working in a toxicology lab and discovered VA work and was like, "Oh, I can do that working from home." And just started a side hustle.
Hmm.
And in about 10 months, I was able to quit my full time lab job and work as a VA.
So you were offering, when you were a VA, you were offering general VA services. What were you doing as a VA?
It's so funny. When I first started, I didn't even really know what I was doing.
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, I like to write." I had my own blog and I like to write. So I was like, I'll be a copywriter. And I learned really quickly that no, I'm not a good copywriter. Right. Writing in someone else's voice is really difficult, and it's an awesome talent if you have it, and I don't have that
Mm.
talent. Yeah,
But
so I had to slowly evolve and figure out what I was good at.
okay, but you know what's really cool about that is that you tried it, right? You're like, okay, let's try this thing. And you realize, like, okay, this thing is not for me. What else can I do that is for me? So how did that go? So you said you started out as a copywriter, and how did you get to where you are now? Tell me about your journey.
Yeah, so, I had one client and, was a copywriter for
Mhm.
her. She had, like, an agency model, and she had a heart-to-heart with me and was like, You're not really good at this." It really did hurt my feelings, but I'm glad she did that
Mhm.
because I mean, she's right. Once I took that feedback and listened, I realized, yeah, she's right, and she saw that, she said, "You're really good at the tech part, the business operations, the admin, type tasks." And so I moved on from there and was like, "Yeah, she's right." And started just doing general VA, like, admin type work.
Mhm.
And then slowly realized that I was really good at the tech and processes. You don't realize what you're good at because it comes so easily to
I
you. You
know.
assume it comes that way to everyone.
Yeah.
And once you realize, oh, a lot of these entrepreneurs, the tech is the hard part for them. And so I kind of dove into that as the years went on.
So when you were doing this, and like you were saying, it is so true that you're just like, what? This is the thing. And you don't actually realize that this is your zone of genius, that this is your wizardry, the thing that you're amazing at. Right. So how did you get to actually notice this? Was it when you were seeing your clients do it, or were they giving you feedback, or, because I think it's important to kind of point that out because a lot of people feel the same, right? Like, oh, I can just do this. I didn't realize that it was special, that it was like a special talent that not everybody can do this.
Yeah, yeah, just working with clients and realizing they were struggling in an area that I didn't understand why they were struggling. Um, and then I'm like, "Hey, I can do that if you want me to." And they're like, "Sure." So it just kind of evolved from there, realizing there was a gap in their business and that I
Mm.
could feel it, and it was something they needed.
And how did you actually learn it? Because similar to you, like you came from the toxicology lab. I was a nurse and psychologist, and all of these things I learned as I was doing them. So were you similar in that, like, because you didn't have this corporate background where you did these things and this was related to it? This was totally different. So when you were actually first getting into some of these tech things and all of that, how did you learn about it? How did you actually figure out what to do?
Yeah, YouTube and Google were like my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I love to learn, so anytime I see like a new piece of software, like we were just talking just a minute ago, you used Squadcast, and I had already pulled it up and Googled it while I was waiting on you. I'm just so curious about
Mm-hmm.
tech, and I just kind of dive in and learn it because I like to, I enjoy it, and then it can serve my clients.
That's so cool. Yes. And I can confirm that. Also, we had chatted one time previously. And you had told me about some different like podcasting platforms and things like that for me that I investigated. So you definitely have a passion for all of these things, which is really cool and serves your clients, I'm sure, super well. So you started offering these tech services, working one-on-one with your clients, and what happens after this?
Yeah, so I had a lot of clients, and there's only so much time in the day. And so I wanted to up level and had been eyeing the Director of Operations certification. Wasn't sure if it was right for me, so I kind of binged Natalie's podcasts and, dove into her Facebook group and then realized, yeah, I think it would be good for me. So I took her certification. It's a 6-month certification, and just finally felt like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I love that feeling. Okay, so what does that feel like in terms of how did you know? Is this in your mind, in your body? Like, how do you know that this is what you're so should be doing? How did you recognize?
It was enough of a challenge to me. I like to be challenged. It was enough of a challenge. There were things that I realized that I still needed to learn, and I love learning, but it also like all made sense to me. And, the support was there in the certification also, which is really important. And yeah, when I get into someone's business and realize I can fix this, it's such a good feeling. And just can easily see the gaps and things that they need in the back end of somebody's business.
And I can feel your energy when you're talking about it. I would just like I can feel that it excites you and that you love doing this. So I think it's an energy thing too. And you're like, there's the fact that you want to share these different platforms, the fact that you went and looked up Squadcast, like, oh, what's this what's this tech thing? And things like that. So I think these are also really cool cues of knowing that like, oh, this is my thing. When you're like, oh, like I want to talk about this all the time. Oh, I like to do this. And oh, this is still challenging and exciting for me. So it's like really cool. So is this what you do now? Are you working one-on-one with your clients? Like what is your structure?
Yeah. So, one-on-one, retainer model, but as I've up leveled, so then I can charge more and have less clients and not have to work around the clock. But yeah, one-on-one retainer. And I can also, I also offer strategic mapping. So I come in your business and give you a strategy of projects to do for a year. And it's just a one-time thing.
So this is your additional sort of like project-based offer to both increase your income, serve more, and do these more higher level things.
Yeah.
Very cool. And in this journey, so this whole journey going from copywriter to tech general VA, tech VA, director of operations, what has been a big hurdle for you?
I am a people pleaser. And so at first, I think I wanted to be the unicorn. I know we talked about that earlier. And how there's really no such thing as a unicorn.
Okay, could we go back into this because people need to know.
Yes.
Unicorns do not exist. This is like a thing that's the whole thing. They do not exist, right? Because one person cannot be amazing at everything. And why would you want to, one, have all that, like it just dilutes you so much, right? Like, especially even as a service provider, it sounds cool, but you can do all these different things, but it's a lot. Like, I don't know, like when I did general VA stuff, I was like, okay, this is a lot. Like, it's kind of like you're a little bit about everything, right? And you're not like an expert in a thing. So talk about that also, about the whole unicorn thing.
Yeah. So you get a client and they want you to be great at everything. And you feel so responsible to be great at everything. And you're not. And you're being pulled in all these different directions. And like, I would feel bad because, I wasn't very good at the copywriting, or I couldn't write social media captions very well. And I would beat myself up and finally realized, you know what? I don't
Right. My life is so much better when I'm not doing these things that are not in my zone of genius, these things that don't come so easily to me, right? Like you can serve your clients better when you're the one, like when you're in your zone, when like you're doing the things that light you up, when you love it. Right. Like, and then also you're happier and it just really affects everything. So,
Yeah.
so this is a warning to people. Don't hire somebody and ask somebody to be a unicorn, and don't offer to be a unicorn, because we are anti.
Yeah. And you don't have to people please. You can have your
Mhm.
boundaries, and they appreciate it when you tell them up front, this is what I'm good at. This is
Mhm.
what I do. And this is what I don't do.
And how hard was that? Because this is the first time implementing boundaries or telling somebody no. This is a challenge, right? So talk about how that came about, and boundaries and people pleasing, and how what you had to put in place in your business in order to overcome that. Because I think that's also really important.
Yeah, that is very important. Definitely in any of the copy that I have on, my website or in social media, I don't say I do things that I don't.
Mhm.
And in the discovery call, it's really important to learn what that person's looking for and to
Mhm.
let them know what you do and don't do. Just set those expectations up right away.
Yeah, and what about sticking to them? Because a lot of times, clients can be like, "Oh, but can you do this?" Or later on, right, when you're working with them. Have you had that come up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I do sometimes slip and go, I'll try. And then it never works out. So yeah, if you just stick to those boundaries and say, no, I can't do that, and then you can refer someone, having that network of people that you can refer, it's really helpful and for you and for the client.
Mhm, and the other good thing about that is that you're sticking to your boundaries, but you're also not feeling bad that you're letting somebody down, right? Because what I say to somebody is that, well, okay, theoretically, but you don't want me to, right? You want somebody who's really good at this to do that for you. That's not the best way for me to serve your business. It's
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
best
And
for
you
your
still feel
business.
like you said,
Yeah.
you're serving them by
Mhm.
providing them with someone.
Yeah, having a solution, like being there with a solution instead of just being, "No, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do
Yes,
it."
I have definitely learned if you come to a client with a problem
Mhm.
to always have a solution.
Yes.
That makes things so much better.
Yes. On everybody, right? For everybody.
Yeah.
Um, cool. So the boundaries of people pleasing, this has been really big in your learning. That has really been a big hurdle for you and something that you've had to overcome in your scaling journey. Did you have um difficulty, or did you have, when people talk about scaling and things like this, it sounds like it was a pretty smooth transition into DOO. So it sounds like you're like, "Ooh, oh, okay, there's a no." She's shaking her head. So yeah, because I think people talk about these things and you see kind of like the best sides, like on Instagram and on social media. And I like to go like below and let everybody know that like we're all like in the trenches and going through things, and that's normal. And the growth and all of this is you know, part of the journey. So tell me about the journey into DOO and how that is going, or how that went.
Yeah, so there's a couple different areas. So first is mindset. For me to see myself as, as up leveled, I think that's a gradual thing, and you have to definitely work on the mindset
Mhm.
a lot. It helps to have a coach or a mentor to talk to about that.
Yeah.
And which I did. I stayed in the Ops Authority has a Ops inner circle that you
Mhm.
can join once you graduate, and I chose to stay in that, and that really helps with my mindset
Mhm.
and also current clients. So as a DOO, you're doing less implementation, more strategy, vision management, and any clients that you currently have and you're implementing, it's hard for them to see as anything else.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's really hard to get them to see you in a different light
Yep. Yep.
sometimes. And so that's been a bit of a struggle. And
Mhm. Did you keep
sometimes you
those
just
clients, or did you eventually
I
change out?
do, but I'm
Mhm.
still implementing.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to, also find clients
Mhm.
that see me as a DOO.
Mm.
And yeah,
I think also that's one thing because, well, as you know, so I'm also a certified business coach, strategist, certified online business manager. So we're like dueling, dueling
yes, we
titles.
are.
Um, but when I was transitioning from BA to OBM, it was a similar thing where it actually, and I think this happens, right? So like the DOO, the OBM, this is for 6, 7 figure businesses. It's an investment, much more so than a BA is an investment. So it is natural that it takes longer to get clients. So it is and this is something for people listening who are like, oh, I'm interested in going down that road. Know that know that it's not, I don't say quote unquote as easy, but it is a more of a road, especially when you're transitioning. It took me like 9 months to like transition fully from one to the other. And you have fewer clients if you want to stay in that one-on-one retainer model. It's a handful of clients, it's just like 3 or something like that, depending on what you do. So it is a longer journey to transition fully than I think what I was aware of or what I was expecting when I did that.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, the clients that you have,
Mm-hmm.
they may not even need
Right.
an OBM or a DOO.
Right.
So, but you can't just drop them all and start over, because it does takes a little longer.
Yeah.
So, I have some clients that I love and don't do DOO work for.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have some clients that I do DOO work for.
Mm-hmm.
And those smaller clients may not ever need a DOO,
Right.
and that's okay.
Right. And at some point you're going to, be somewhere like, okay, these clients are not aligned anymore and I'm going to move on and from them. And I think you kind of, you get that feeling and like, when it's time, right? Like, when it's time to kind of move on from these and then you will. So very cool. So what is your top scaling tip from your journey, from everything you've been doing, from your journey that you've been on, to share with everybody? What is a top tip that you have when you're growing and scaling your business?
Wow, that's hard. Let's see. I think to never stop learning. And always, you're constantly evolving, and just don't stop learning. Collab and network with people. I think that's really important. Get in different circles. I feel like sometimes it's easy in the online space, which is so strange. We get in the same circle, and it's really important to branch out and meet new people online and even in-person networking. People are starting to do that more, but just never stop learning. Always meet people, collab, and network.
I love that. This is a thing it's been a big focus for me, the collaborations and the networking and whatnot. I guess now like this whole second half of the year, the third and fourth quarter so far, and I've been loving it. And you've been doing it as well. So what benefits have you found from collaborating, from doing these types of things, from the networking?
We get in front of other people's audiences. So that is one good way. But I mean, also, you just feel good. You feel good when you help somebody else's business, and you grow this referral network.
Yep.
Like we were just talking about, of people that do different offers as you. You can also collab to create an offer together. I think that is really cool. I spoke with someone recently, and I'm thinking about adding that on as like an upsell to my strategic mapping offer, of something that they do. And so, it's when you, what is that saying? When the tides rise, there's a rising ship above all.
Oh, wait, I know that. A rising tide lifts all somebody's both ships. Yeah. Something.
That is it. So we just all rise together.
Yes. Yeah. And when people view others as competition, quote unquote, this is a very scarcity mindset that it doesn't serve anybody, right? Like, it's so true that this saying that we messed up, but the rising tide lifts all both ships, whatever. Right? It's so true, because if I'm like, I'm full, but I know Shelly, like she would be great for you, and like then you would remember that, it's just like really nice to refer people because they're going to do the same for you, and to meet other humans who are amazing, and you never know what can happen from that. And everything online is really about relationships. So it's really the more people, and what bad can come from meeting really cool people who do similar things as you, and who can relate to you, right? So like, going in it with an open heart and not necessarily expecting something, but being like really wanting to form these connections and relationships, you never know what's going to happen. And I've had very similar experiences where it's like, we could create something together, or, you're very complimentary to me, or we have similar client base. So like, I would love to have you share your knowledge with my people and things like that. So it's really cool to do that, and to definitely always continue learning, because we know the online space is ever evolving, which keeps everything exciting and keeps us on our toes. So that's an excellent tip there, is to definitely like, don't be sleeping on things. Be like, oh, what's this? And kind of just be curious, and open to learning. So awesome. Very nice. So finally, let us know. So how can we stay in touch with you? If there's anything else you'd like to share, the floor is yours. Let's do that now.
Yeah, so I have a website, criswellsolutions.com. You can find out about my offers there. I have a free mission, vision, and values workbook if you are interested in creating that for your business. And podcast, also Business Ops Unleashed. And you can find out anything you want to know on the website.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Shelly. This was so much fun. And I love talking to other professionally type people as well. And I hope that this story has been really inspirational for my peeps. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.